Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Chef Fran. But first, give me a virtual hug by hitting the subscribe button. And in return, I will give you a new recipe every week. And today we're making corned beef and cabbage and carrots and potatoes. We gotta be able to cut our cabbage up into quarters. I actually do mine's a little bit more than quarter, like more into like quarter and slices. But I'm also using a red cabbage as well as a green cabbage. And we'll have some color potatoes too as well. You know, let's give it a little pizzazz, a little jazz up. I do keep the ends of these until it's done. We're gonna cook it in our Instapot and pressure cook it. And I keep it so that way the leaves can stay together until I'm ready for them to come apart. So, again, I mentioned that I do more like thick slices here. And I'm gonna do that with this piece right here as well. Like cut it down. All right, and then I am going to then cut our red cabbage the same. Here we go. So I will keep this like this, and now it's all cut up. And I am also gonna get ready my onion. Now, I'm gonna show you my corned beef, what it looks like. So this is our corned beef. I actually have 6 pounds of corned beef here. There's a lot of fat here, but you wanna leave it because it's important in your cooking process because it kind of gives the meat its flavor. And now the grain is this way, the way it's set up. So you wanna cut against the grain because the grain is going this way. You wanna be able to cut that way, you know, when you're cutting. And I'll show you. That will help, because if you cut it another way, it will make your meat stringy, and you want it to have those nice, beautiful slices. This meat is cured, and cured meaning that it had been basically marinating, basting, sitting for a while in some salt water. Now, it's already kind of also been seasoned for you, but they also give you a little package, which I'll show you, which has like basically some crushed black pepper, crushed red pepper flakes, and some bay leaf, and some mustard seeds. So that we will put on our meat. So that will be our seasoning with some great aromatics. And aromatics meaning that we're gonna have our onions. I actually have a red onion since I'm doing red and green. I have a regular like onion as well, and some garlic. And I have my herbs, and we're gonna do a bouquet garni. And if you're not familiar with that is, that's actually a French technique of putting herbs that's tied together with a twine inside your stocks or your soups or your meats that are, you know, long cooking, and it contains some thyme, some parsley, and some bay leaves. Now, that's really the 3 that are used, but a lot of people like to add some extra more flavor, and they use rosemary and they use sweet basil. And so we're gonna do a bouquet garni that has 5 of these herbs in it tied together. And we're gonna just drop it inside our Instapot along with our onion and our garlic. And the key thing here with the onion and garlic is not to remove the core. It's just cut it down, because that will help it, because the pressure in the pressure cooker is so high and intense, it can disintegrate your onions as well as your garlic. So you keep it in its skin. And of course you'll remove it once you're done, but you'll have all of that wonderful flavor. We're also, as for us, our liquid that we're gonna put inside the Instapot is going to be Guinness Stout. We're gonna put that beer in it. We're gonna put about 2 cups, 3 cups actually, because we have each 3 pound would get 1.5. So we're gonna actually have 3 cups. So I'm just gonna show you, again, I am not removing the skin. I will remove this skin, you know, the outer skin, but that's it. Everything else stays. The core, so you can keep the onion together in big wedges. Cut down. We just want to remove the outside crumbly part. And then you can use like your spiderweb ladle to remove everything from your liquid. And our garlic. Same thing with the garlic. We don't need to really peel off the skin too much. Here's our vitamin content. Our season packets are going to be used right before we put it. And I'm actually going to have another little, my secret for me. I actually spread a light layer of brown sugar on top of it. Now let's set up our bouquet garni. I'm just going to take some parsley, 2 sprigs of rosemary. So here's my bay leaf. Then I'm going to take my sweet basil, and now we will take our thyme. And so now we're going to tie this up. We're going to roll this around. Want to make sure that you kind of do it in the center to make sure your bay leaf will be protected. Just want to make sure that it's secured. And there you go. And this is your bouquet garni. And here are a list of ingredients. Just rubbing it down with a little brown sugar before I add that seasoning packet that comes with it. And so I am going to rub that in. And I am gonna put this in my Instapot. So what I'm gonna do first is I am going to take out our trivet. And I am actually gonna line up some onions here. And the garlic I'll put afterwards. I wanna put it on the fat side down. I'm actually gonna put it right back in here inside the pot. And I'm actually gonna throw my garlic cloves and my bouquet garni. I'm just gonna lay on the top of it. Okay, now I'm gonna pour the Guinness. We don't want to touching the meat. So I'm putting some on this side and some on that side as well. Now I'm going to put it in my crock pot. So look at our corned beef. It's come out, it's beautiful. If you notice, everything has disintegrated though. And so now we're gonna put our potatoes inside our, we're gonna get our carrots in here, and then our cabbage. Okay, you hear that? So now we've locked it. We're gonna cook this for an hour and a half. Well, this is our corned beef and cabbage and potatoes and carrots all set up. So I am going to taste this. All the flavors from the bouquet garni, the garlic, the onion that I had in there, the Guinness that it cooked with. So good. This meat is so tender. Potatoes so beautifully cooked. So much flavor. Don't forget to click the like button by giving me a virtual hug. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. I love you guys. Bye. Subscribe for more delicious recipes and vitamin details. Also, your support will continue to allow my channel to grow.